Hello. Hi. So we have 19 participants. Okay. 31 now. Okay. Hi. Good morning, all. Yeah. Chirja, you want to quickly check with Lalit? Just wait for a few seconds and we can start. So I'm pretty sure this is it's only for a few of you and a bit late for some of you, right? So sorry about it. We want to have a global connect, right? And thank you so much for your participation. It means a lot to us. Yeah. Srividya, I think we should begin. Go ahead.
Yeah, good morning, everybody, and a very good evening to one and all who have joined from the various parts of the world to join us in our product launch today. Hi, I'm Shri Vidya. I head the marketing at geniSIGHTS, and I'm very happy to welcome all of you on this special occasion where we embark a new journey today. Uh, we are super excited to have you at this event launch. And equally exciting is the virtual launch, I should say, thanks to the technologies that keep us connected. So let me give you a quick brief about geniSIGHTS. So geniSIGHTS is a growing startup. It's a NASCOM incubated company. So we are put up at IIT Madras Research Park. And it is all about quickly developing solutions, analytics for organizations. So essentially, we are a platform. So we have a sophisticated platform for predictive analytics. We have an IoT platform. We have a sophisticated platform for AI and big data. So Flash is a product built on geniSIGHTS. We have a dedicated presentation on Flash today here for you, which we would take a little later. So I would introduce our founder, Mr. Rajesh Kumar. Mr. Rajesh is an IIT alumnus, and he has also done his master's from IIT Kanpur. He spans a rich experience working in large organizations. He has an entrepreneurship stint for more than 12 years. He's worked with Fortune 100 companies in Chicago, and he also has a robust experience working across major IT organizations. And over to you, Rajesh. We'll request you to welcome the participants and also introduce our speakers for today.
Okay, great. Thank you, Srividya. Wonderful to meet all of you, right, virtually. So let me quickly take a minute or two to talk about Flash. We launched Flash 2 years back, and since then we have served multiple enterprise-grade customers in the US and India. Flash is the first of a kind intelligent dashboard that thinks, that enables business users to ask questions, that is, converse with them, and quickly enable them with a world-class AI, right? One of our customer, Lalit from Renault Nissan is here. Is going to talk about his experience, how we enabled Renault with Flash, right? So the best part of Flash is it's a customized on-prem solution built for the business, right? So now we know that last few months have been totally different, right? COVID-19 is bailing out businesses, especially small businesses. That's why we thought of building a nimble interface for small business that will enable them to quickly get analytics for their business excellence. The subscription-based model, affordable, but with world-class AI, right? Meet fast. This is a solution that is most important in the present COVID-19 situation, right? As this promises the business owners to reap the benefits of analytics, right? Fast will also generate several insights, right? So forecasting, trends, right? As you imagine, you can ask. So we have thought of this at the speed as you think, right? So it takes only 30 seconds to set up Flash, right? The cloud-based offering, right? Let me request my colleague Parvati to showcase what you built. So Parvati, the platform is all yours. Go ahead.
Thank you, Rajesh. A wonderful morning to all of you. Let me start by sharing my screen.
Yeah. Hi, Lalit. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, good morning, Rajesh. Good morning, all.
Oh, yeah. Steve Vidya also asked me to quickly introduce the speakers. I would also introduce them one by one until later, right? Meet Lakshmi sir, is a guru of the entire Indian ecosystem, right? So, sir, I'll come back to you in a short while. Parvati is my CAO. She's going to do the product demo. Steve Vidya is my marketing head. She's going to talk about the opportunities with Flash. And me, Pat, how do I put Pat? He was our customer, and now he's a mentor, and he's also going to be a key force for us to expand in North America, right? Thanks, Pat, for joining. And then Lalit, right? Lalit and I share the same research pack, IIT Madras research pack, right? So he's going to talk about how we enabled Flash for Renault Nissan. Yeah, yeah. Over to you, Parvati.
Thank you, Rajesh.
Yeah.
Okay. So before I go get into the specifics of the product, let me take some time to quickly address the difficult situation that we are all in. Companies are facing a lot of new challenges on a daily basis and finding it really hard to cope up with the dynamic situation. Businesses need agility more than ever before, and the solutions and technology that they use must definitely address their changing business requirements. If you look at the solutions, especially on the dashboarding front, these solutions are expected to deliver dynamic and evolving insights so as to be made actionable at the right time to the right set of people. So it all boils down to one primary question. Are your BI analytics solutions adapting to these trying and uncertain times? Let us quickly take a look at how these solutions have evolved over a period of time. If you see in this, especially in this industry, there's been a lot of changes in the past decade or so. There's been changes in the way we consume the reports. We have moved on from click to touch to voice. We have moved away from mundane reporting to self-learning intelligent BI suite. So there's a steep learning curve that you see here. And if you look at the need of the hour, it's primarily conversational AI-enabled advanced analytics. So it is in this context that geniSIGHTS launched Flash. So Flash is a first of its kind AI-powered dashboard with voice support for decision makers. So if you quickly draw parallels of the tool, you can draw parallels of the tool to the likes of Alexa or Google Assistant. So how Alexa or Google Assistant assists you with your daily needs or with your daily search patterns, that's exactly how Flash helps you with your data requirements. So it typically acts like your data assistant, and there are primarily two things about Flash. The first thing is that it is a conversational AI-powered tool, which means that you can basically speak or search the tool for on queries on your questions on data, and the tool will actually represent those insights in the form of dashboards or be that one metric that you wanted to know about. The next part about the tool is a personalized AI that comes into the picture. So the tool is always listening to you. It's listening to your queries, your search patterns, etc., to fine tune itself and to deliver most relevant and most intelligent insights to you. So these are two important aspects about Flash, and it's a patent pending product from geniSIGHTS. Now I'll talk briefly about the features of Flash. So if you see here, it's an AI-driven learning, basically to gain the customer insights. It's powered on real-time interaction, which means that it is voice-driven, or you can search in the tool. it learns the user behavior over a period of time. It recommends relevant insights on past queries. There's no additional development efforts that is required to the futuristic growth of your data. Basically, it's easy to configure, and the cost of maintenance is also very low. The tool is also always available and ready to engage with the customer. Now I'm going to pause here and I'm going to quickly show you a video which is basically on the features of Flash. This is basically for the benefit of those
Parvati,
attendees here who are new to film.
Parvati, there is a comment whether the slides are shared. Looks like we are not. So I can see the slides.
I hope everybody can see the slides.
The screenshot chat, I'm unable to see the screenshot. There is Durai saying, can one of you quickly confirm in the chat? We can see the screenshot just to check.
I think, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
good. So sorry, I got a couple of comments, so I thought I'll quickly intervene. Sorry about this, Parvati. Please go ahead.
No problem. No problem. So let me start with this video on Flash, which will show you the insights on the tool.
The best part about Flash, or type the name of the dashboard you want to see, and it fetches you those metrics and data points in the form of insightful dashboards. Here, I'm asking one customer satisfaction. The best part about Flash is that you can call out or type the name of the dashboard you want to see, and it fetches you those metrics and data points in the form of insightful dashboards. Basic reporting functionality. Here, I'm asking one customer satisfaction. Customer satisfaction. The dashboard becomes the exact document of key insights on the screen. You also have basic reporting functionalities like drills and time filters. And voila! The screen that in case you would like has data drill on the business. You just have to ask for the exact drill set. You as a user are satisfaction for all those different dimensions on the data that you want to see for but will limit. And voila! Your dashboard or reporting tool did not have a view built out on that business segment prepaid. You as a user are equipped to see all those different dimensions on your data that you want to see in the spur of the moment, but were limited. It is not because your dashboard or reporting tool did not have a view built out on that dimension. Is also equipped to answer all your queries on data. So if you are looking for that one match between number or metric, well, it does not stop with dashboard and ask Flash as a conversational tool is also equipped to answer all your queries on data. Intelligent. So if you are looking for that one match with each number or metric that you want to quickly highlight, as you log into the tool, you are greeted by what we call the AI board, your own personalized AI dashboard curated based on your interests and preferences.
I'm Mr. Robin. Cheerful morning to you.
As you log into the tool, you are greeted by what
we have gathered some quick updates for you. More than 150 calls were resolved in the first attempt during August 2019. Nearly 45% of calls were recorded with a customer satisfaction score of 2. Transaction category calls seems to have the highest escalations more than compared to others. 150 calls were resolved in the first attempt during branch has the highest resolution rate compared to other branches. Nearly 45% of calls were recorded with a customer satisfaction score of 2. Transaction category calls seems to have the highest escalations compared to others. Dowajak branch has the highest resolution rate compared to other branches.
The personalization of the AI board comes from the fact that each user view is custom built on their interests and preferences. Flash is constantly listening to your needs and learning from you to present what you need to see.
Hello?
It was quickly flash for you.
No,
So if you see,
I guess you're speaking, but you're not heard. Just, can you, yeah.
hello, am I audible now?
Yeah, okay.
Yes, so that was quickly flash for you. This product was launched by geniSIGHTS 2 years ago, and we have served multiple customers across various domains in the past 2 years. It's basically the intelligent dashboarding suite from geniSIGHTS for enterprise-grade customers. So this offering is available as a totally customizable platform, and it is also available as an on-prem deployment for our enterprise customers. Now, this version of Flash is named Field. And I'm coming to the most important part of today's discussion, which is basically to talk on Fast. Fast is a new product offering from Flash, keeping in mind the turbulent times and the changing economy that we are in. So let me quickly start by introducing Fast. Fast is abbreviated for Flash as Service Tuned. So what is it? It is a cloud-based subscription model from Flash that enables businesses in 2 minutes. It's a do-it-yourself kit from the Flash team to jumpstart world-class AI experience for your business. It's as simple as these 4 modules that you see here. So you basically have a Flash Connect layer through which you load your data or ingest the data. Then there is a Flash Configure layer through which you can add metrics or KPIs in the tool. Then there's a build layer through which you can search or speak to create the dashboards. And finally, you get to converse the insights, basically. You get to converse with the tool and see the insights. So it's just as simple as these steps that you see here. And I'm going to take you to the demo of the tool now. So this is how the tool starts. You basically log in to the tool as a user, you register and log in as a user. You first see the Flash ingestion layer or the connect layer. This is where you can load the data set. I've just loaded a sample file here. It's a flat file on a retail use case. As the data gets loaded, there are a few other actions that happens at the tool. So there is some data preparatory work that happens. It begins by identifying the data types. So it looks at the schema of your data, and then it shows this data type screen that you see here. So it has identified the schema, and it has recommended if you want to change the schema, certain schema data types, you can also do that. You have actions to update the schema if required. Then the next thing that the tool does is go to the identify missing or empty values in the data. If there are such values, it identifies that. And finally, it also identifies for outliers or anomalies in the data. So here also you have an option to treat those outliers if required and update this. As you update this, all this gets captured at the backend, your preferences. Now finally, we go to the build module. So this is where you actually build the dashboard. So what you see first is a Flash Configure window. So this is not mandatory. If you want to, let's say, add a new KPI or a metric into your tool, so this is where you do it. So you give a metric name, and you have a lot of operations, a wide range of operations to choose from on that metric. So you choose an operation, and then you can quickly configure the fields that is related to that operation. So I'm just creating something as net profit here, and I'm adding this as a difference between profit and discount. And then you save this. So when you save this particular metric gets created at the backend, and this is stored in your data set. You also have an option to view the columns that has been already ingested. So if you want to do a quick reference check, you can do that. So this is where you create the grid of the dashboard. You have some quick templates here, or you can choose a custom grid. So I'm choosing a 2x2 grid, basically 4 graphs. This is an option where you actually search or type for the graph that you want to see. So this is a part where the NLP of the tool kicks in. So you basically type the kind of the fields, you ask questions on the field or the operations that you want to see on the dashboard.
Australia is 204 average.
And the tool gives you this. So if you see this, there's also a narrative. It also picks up an important insight from the data and also logs that.
204 average.
Another important aspect of the tool is that this powerful NLP is equipped to take in
Total sales of the furniture club so far is 14,403,233.
equipped to take in different operations or different KPIs or metrics that you may have not configured earlier. So for example, here the first graph was on average sales, and the second one was on total sales. Now, average sales is not something that we have explicitly configured in the data, or it's not a metric that is present in the data already. But Flash is equipped to understand. So the NLP engine is very much intelligent to pick up on these cues and then relate them to the operations, and then compute the necessary data and show it in the form of these dashboards. So this is another example here on the profit percentage. So percentage is not something that was preset earlier. And finally, I'm also showing the KPI that I just created on net profit. I'm showing that also. I want a chart on that KPI, so that this is how I'm configuring the chart on that KPI. So yes, so it becomes as simple as this, and you have options to change the chart. So if you don't like it, you can just delete them, and then it's also enabled on filters and drills that you can see. So here I'm actually giving a time filter here, asking for a trend on total sales for last month. And the tool will quickly understand this, relate it to the data, search this on the relevant data, and pick up the dashboard for you and the charts for you. Another interesting option about the tool is that you can change the chart types. If you don't like a particular chart type, the tool offers those recommendations. What are the possible chart types that you can make use of if you don't like it? So you can actually change that. And here I'm saving the dashboard. You can actually give a name to the dashboard, and then you save the dashboard. So once the dashboard gets saved, the query patterns that you've given here, the search queries that you've given here, it gets saved at the back end, and it is referenced against this dashboard name. Then you have this view panel here. When you go to the view panel, you see the dashboard that you just created a couple of seconds ago. So you click on this, and here you go. You see the dashboard that you have just created. So this is quickly fast for you. So this is a video that I took, I recorded last evening, and if you see, this video must have been 4 or 5 minutes long, but that's all it takes to load your data, load your company specific data, and create a dashboard for your requirements. So that was the tool. Now let me go on to the specifics of the tool. So the launch of FAST is also a commitment from geniSIGHTS to ensure that intelligent dashboards and AI is made an affordable and easily accessible platform to all the small and medium business segment. So if you see here, these are 3 versions that FAST is launched on. There is a basic version, then there's small and medium. Basic version is what I just demoed now. The differences are primarily in the number of users who can use the tool, and also the number of screens, and there's a data limit differentiation also. You also have data upload and data update functionalities, and the medium version even gives you a corporate domain. So you can actually have the dashboard in the form related to the corporate domain. Of course, this is only the offerings on FAST. If you require customized on-prem offerings, that's always available for enterprise customers in the form of Field. Now, when we talk about a platform that is launched in cloud or the cloud-based model, of course, there's definitely a lot of questions on the data safety part of it, the confidentiality part of it. So FAST is hosted on the geniSIGHTS cloud network, and we ensure that we take care of we follow all the industry standards when it comes to security and confidentiality. So it is bounded by tight cloud security protocols. You have firewall restrictions in place, network isolation. We use the WAC2 secure API framework. Encryption is enabled at the data level. We also have a multi-tenancy, single tenancy architecture user model architecture. That's how we differentiate the data across multiple users. And is also a container-based application deployment. The tool is also available is also highly available to ensure that your dashboards are always there for you. Now, before I close the session on the product, let me quickly take you to how things work at the back end. This is a very high level architecture of Flash. So Flash is powered on the geniSIGHTS platform. Now, if you see geniSIGHTS platform, it is geniSIGHTS uses a 4C approach to connect and provide analytics to its customers. So the 4Cs are basically connect, compute, customize, and consume. So Flash uses this platform to consume the data of the client. And then on top of that, you see two factories there. There's one API factory and there's an AI factory. AI factory is the engine which is equipped with powerful machine learning and deep learning algorithms through which the engine is always listening to you and fine-tuning itself to suit your needs. The API factory is basically how the tool connects to the external environment. So, of course, this could be voice or web-based tool. This is a mobile. You can also view them in the mobile. So all these options are available for you. Of course, the geniSIGHTS platform that I mentioned here is optional. If the customer has got something like a data warehouse, something already present, we can make use of the existing platform. Yes, so I think I've come to the last part of my session. I hope I have covered, given you enough information required on the tool. So this is a product that has got a lot of exciting features and it is very much relevant to the existing times. So of course, if you have any questions, I will be happy to address them at the end of the launch, or you can always write to us or reach out to us. I shall take them in detail. Yes, Rajesh, over to you.
Okay, thanks, Parvati. That was an impressive demo. I missed the introduction. Parvati is our co-founder and chief analytics officer. She's a gold medalist from University of Madras, and she has been pivotal force in developing Flash as a product and making this as a success for customer deployments, right? So that's Parvati. Without further ado, let me request Lakshmi Narayanan sir to launch fast. Lakshmi Narayanan sir needs no introduction, right? Most of you would know him. He is an enabler for businesses, big or small, whatever the size it is, he has to say. So Lakshmi Narayanan sir has been instrumental in building Cognizant to become one of the, I would say, Fortune 500 company. Cognizant, under his leadership, so to become one of the fastest growing company in the Indian IT history, right? Sir was also the chairman of NASSCOM. Currently, he's taking active interest in enabling startup communities, right? And he's guiding startup like ours, right? With his blessing, we are happy to launch fast and innovate many products in the future. Respected sir, please share your perspectives.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Rajesh. Thank you, Parvati, for that nice presentation and demo. And congratulations to both of you, Rajesh, Kumar, and Parvati, for growing geniSIGHTS into the present status and providing innovative interfaces and innovative products to the business community, more specifically the small and medium businesses who will benefit a lot from this. Let me add my welcome to Pat and Lalit Kumar, who are also here, who are going to share their perspectives. And more importantly, Lalit Kumar as a customer from Renault Nissan, one of the largest automobile companies in the world, who has been one of the early adopters and users of this. Now, as I see this software world, geniSIGHTS, as you all know, is an analytics platform company. Its basic fundamental root is the analytics, data analytics, that it can handle large volumes of data, use powerful software tools and engines to derive a lot of insight that can be used by users of this data. These insights can be current based on past data, as well as can be predictive based on the trends that people notice. So that's the power of the analytics platform, and the analytics platform is something that businesses have to use necessarily in order to remain competitive. So there are plenty of analytics platforms that are available. geniSIGHTS also has one of the most powerful platforms. But it doesn't stop there. The delivery of those insights to the users is a very, very important aspect. How is it delivered? What is the interface that I use? If I have to sit in the office in front of a desktop and keep keying in questions and queries and analyzing and looking at tables, That's not an efficient way of using data and using any analytics engine. The analytics engine should be able to visualize for me what is happening in the business and what is it that I can do in terms of actionable queries that I can pose and actionable answers that I get from that engine. So that's where the Flash interface, which is unique to the geniSIGHTS analytics platform, is unique. It provides an intelligent learning voice interface, which is, in my view, the most easy and the most common interface that will become very, very common in the future world. Particularly after the current situation where data insights are required to be available on any device anywhere. Most people are not going to be sitting in their desks in the office. They're going to be either working from home, or some of the lucky ones will probably be sitting in a mall or a restaurant or in a hotel and conducting business. For them, a safe and secure and an easy interface to all the insights is extremely important. That's where Flash comes in very handy. It provides a very intelligent learning interface. On top of Flash is Fast, which is another improvement, another innovation that makes it even more easy for small businesses to use it. The most challenging thing for most people today is installation of software. Installation of any software, if it requires any assistance in terms of either a service provider employee coming to the office, or you are at the end of a long telephone line and having a conversation who is giving you instructions to install, most users will get bored, will give up using that particular product. The ease of use and ease of installation is a new paradigm that has come in. Any of the new products that you see that has come into the market today is user installable. The most familiar example that all of us are familiar with is a video conferencing facility like Zoom. You just click and install something like a Google Meet, a Microsoft Teams, which is something that you don't require the assistance of anybody. A non-technical person can install it and start using it. Fast attempts to achieve that using Flash and the analytics platform, where the users can just install it very, very quickly and start using it, teaching that platform, getting insights with which they can prepare and build a competitive business. I congratulate the team for thinking about all the innovations, and special thanks to Lalit Kumar for being one of the early customers and one of the early adopters of this particular product. I hope you'll continue to enjoy a lot of success, and with partners like Patrick, who represents the North American market, I'm sure this product will go places, and will encourage you to think about more and more innovations and work on these platforms and analytics with a single-minded focus and build ability and capability in the product that will serve all your customers. All the very best, and I'm extremely happy today to participate in this event and formally inaugurate the launch of Fast. Best of luck to both of you and all the customers. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your perspectives and also the insights. I'm sure it would definitely be useful for all the attendees, right? And we definitely need your blessing. Let me quickly introduce Lalit. Of course, Renault Nissan needs no introduction. Mr. Lalit Kumar heads the quality division in Renault Nissan Technology and Business Center, India. So he has joined from Renault to speak about Flash. Lalit, tell us why you chose us and what benefits you reaped through this partnership. Of course, you can be candid about the complex process that you had to undergo. But then, yeah, let's hear from Lalit. Lalit, over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Rajesh. Hope I am audible.
Yes, you are audible indeed.
Yeah, so just give me a minute. I'm just trying to show a single slide.
Okay.
So that I can explain better, because it's a bit of a complicated situation which you solved for us.
Okay.
Okay.
It's good. Flash is a single slide. isn't?
Yes.
Even I'm quite excited to see what it is. Yeah.
Okay, just give me a few seconds. I'm having some
Uh,
issues.
yeah, Steve, we have uploaded Lalit's presentation in the platform. If so, we can share that slide from here as well.
Uh, I think I have the slides with me. So
Yeah,
probably I
Yeah,
it's
think
it was uploaded.
visible, Lalit, and
okay.
getting displayed.
Is it visible right now?
Yes,
The slide that okay.
yes,
Okay, so good morning all. So Rajesh has already given my introduction. So I lead the statistics department within quality function of Renault Nissan Technology and Business Center India Limited. And first of all, I'd like to thank geniSIGHTS for giving me this opportunity to talk in this forum. And I'm completely privileged to share a webinar event with Lakshmi sir. Lakshmi sir, thanks a lot. I'm really privileged and I have no words. So let me now go to the feedback and the experience that we had with geniSIGHTS. So we've been working with geniSIGHTS maybe for the last 6 months or so in developing this dashboard, and we've been using it for the past few weeks. So before I explain about the dashboard, let me explain you the complexity or the problem that we had. The important thing is from the industry perspective. When I tell industry perspective, from the automotive industry perspective, today we have loads of data. We have lots of data coming from the customer, and lots of data with the evolution of connected cars that we have today, and also with the evolution of electric vehicles that is coming up. And we're going to have huge amounts of data which needs analysis and respective actions. So one case study or the one area where we used geniSIGHTS is like we had multiple sources of data, the what you can see on the slide. And the problem that we had is like all the data are not structured. Some data are structured, some are semi-structured, some are completely unstructured, etc. Certain data are classified. And when we had such huge forms of data in different forms, and to have one specific dashboard which can give the Pareto of the issues, it was very, very difficult. So just to make you understand on the complexity, so the data that we had are like we had warranty data that was coming up from the customers. We had data from durability point of view. We have different surveys that we have in the company where we contact the customers for a feedback. And we have a Renault call center, dedicated call center, wherein the customer can give us the feedback on their experience. And most importantly, today we also have social media. So we also do a lot of social listening exercises where we see what customers talk about us on social media, including Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, different social media sites. We also have data on roadside assistance where customers call and complain why they faced the breakdown. And also customers sometimes talk about or give feedback in terms of sales experience and after sales experience. So to have all these huge chunk of data, it is very important we as a quality function or the statistics function, we do proper data mining and finally come up for the company to decide on what subjects we need to work on, and where importantly we need to have our investments, and which are the critical complaints from a customer point of view. So with such a huge problem in hand, this is where we collaborated with geniSIGHTS. And geniSIGHTS with their product Flash, they using the technology of NLP, because our data mostly is in text forms. And using deep learning algorithms, they were able to provide us with a solution, a beautiful dashboard which takes in account all the sources of data and comes up with the final priority list that we could work on, and along with an included weightage. So what this dashboard does for us is it saves a lot of man days, which involves a manual reading of the text and then classifying the data and finally coming up with the final report. So this is one thing. And also a very important features I would like to iterate here, the Flash had is it provided automatic prioritization where we need to work, and also there was a feedback mechanism where we can fine tune the data using speech like conversational AI. And the very important feature I would like to talk here about is like there's an inbuilt training module which usually most of the companies does not build, like an inbuilt training module which in itself take care of the future requirements or the future data, and it automatically retrains the model by itself. So this was one very important feature which really we enjoy it, rather than again depending on geniSIGHTS or we ourselves for retraining the models. So this is about the Flash experience that we had. And
Yeah, I think his battery was draining. Okay, looks like his battery got drained. So, okay, I think he has finished content. Has he joined back? Lalit, can you hear us? All right, so what we'll do is we'll wait for Lalit to join for a few seconds. I think, correct, yes. Now exit, I think his battery got drained out. So let me do what, right? So I will quickly introduce Pat, right? When Lalit joins, you can finish the conversation. Yeah. So how do I introduce Pat? I was telling you before, Pat is my customer. So we have, Pat and I go a long journey, right? About 2 years before, it was in Bay Area. I was attending this Thai conference. Pat evaluated us for an initiative. Then what we built was something very sweet. We became a customer. Then he became a mentor. Now he's our partner for Flash. He's an entrepreneur from Bay Area with a proven track record. He has created a few businesses, sold them, right? Mergers and acquisitions are his keys, right? He excels in buy-side strategies, right? And he draws disruptive innovations, right? He's helping us to create a pole position for our expansion in Bay Area. Pat, right? Please share your perspectives and what you have laid out for us in North America. Yes, Pat.
Thanks a lot, Rajesh, for the great introduction.
Okay.
Really appreciate you doing this.
Okay.
First of all, it is actually a privilege to be here in this Flash launch, and I must say it's a great pleasure to be part of this launch where geniSIGHTS has embarked on. At the outset, I congratulate the geniSIGHTS team who made this launch possible, the employees, founders, and co-founders. And I'm talking from the perspective of the consumer, a customer, and also as an advisor. And I must say that the team, the Flash team, diligence and the technical capability is proverbial. When I was at MoviePass, geniSIGHTS helped us do the churn model for a subscription-based product of MoviePass, and I'm sure people know about MoviePass. It's a very I'm sure it's a case study in most of the universities right now. And we brought in the geniSIGHTS team to get some key insights from our data. And the team worked around the clock within a short span of time, they could actually turn out some key recommendations that were very useful to the company. So one of the things that I can recall and I can really say that is geniSIGHTS team nailed the overusage of the subscription scheme by the consumers, and they actually nailed the exact region, the place, and they also gave recommendations as to how to avoid that. And that was a very great insight that we had. And they also made sure that they could do a churn analytics for us, and that way we could focus on areas where we were not focusing on. Say, for example, the Mid-America was one of the areas that we were not focusing on, and they gave a lot of insights into that area. So thanks a lot for doing that for us. And I just thought, Flash as a product, has got great potential in the North American market. And according to some actions reports, it could save about $150 billion in call center operations alone. Okay. And this being a pandemic situation, I would see this as a great opportunity for geniSIGHTS and Flash products to actually take off in the North American market. So the key takeaways I would think that they should understand is the on-site offshore call centers are getting closed as we speak because due to the work from home policies and social distancing. And if you really look at it, the top guys like Amazon, Google, IBM, Microsoft are addressing this conversational AI market. And we are trying to see if this conversation AI as a means to enhance the customer experience and retention of the customer. So that said, how can Flash be great value add to the customers? Okay, I think Flash should first focus on understanding the customer business processes, their existing applications, and probably come up with a value proposition and with a clear ROI. And I'm sure they're doing it right now. I'm just saying that we need to little bit get deep into the roots and understand the customer spend and probably see where we can add value. That's number one. While there are many industries like financials, payment, banking are great opportunities for sure, I think the next frontier for Flash would be a healthcare vertical. Because with hospitals, clinics, and individual doctor practices going telemedicine route and doing calls mostly on audio and video due to this pandemic situation, the opportunity for Flash is endless in this area of disease management and telemedicine. So the best part in the healthcare system is there's a backend EHR, EMR record keeping system that has about the disease, about the patient, everything available there. And geniSIGHTS can look at the backend systems and construct a huge profile, the disease profile and the patient profile. And on the front end, the Flash can take the calls, and use the intelligence available on the backend and do a complete call routing or answer queries, call routing to the right agents or the right doctors, nurses, or physician assistants, and it can answer a lot of queries on the patient side also. So I think there's a huge value and a potential that exists in the healthcare, which is untapped right now. So in fact, geniSIGHTS and Flash together they have a great potential to modify the existing care path that is followed right now in any hospital or in any clinic, and then which can really, Flash can add a new care path to suit the new normal, which is telemedicine and remote audio and video calls. So these are some of the things that I thought would certainly help prosecute Flash in the North American market. And healthcare is a huge vertical. A lot of money is getting poured into it as we speak today. And some of the examples, I don't want to name some companies, but these are public companies. Like, for example, the Livongos of the world, which are doing the continuous glucose monitoring, applications and things like that, needs Flash as a product to actually maneuver their whole call centers and contact centers. So I wish the Flash team, geniSIGHTS team, a great future in all over the world, especially the North American market. And I'm sure your team will win more laurels in the years to come. And thanks a lot for having me in this presentation.
Thank you, Pat. It is indeed great. By the way, Pat has already started helping us. We are speaking to a few of his leads, right? And we're all set to begin assignments sooner, right? Hopefully the North American part comes pretty sooner. Yeah. Thanks, Pat, once again. Now, let me call Srividya, my marketing head, right? So she's going to talk about opportunities in collaborating with Flash, right? So Srividya comes with an experience of working with multinational organizations in the IT space for big banks, telecom clients in North America. And she has also worked for startup ecosystems. Right? She's one good thing about her is she explains very complex process with ease, right? And she's now orchestrating Flash product for expansion in Indian and US market. Srividya, show us the presentation and your thoughts for people. Yeah. Srividya.
I'm
Yeah.
sharing my presentation. Just give me a minute.
Go ahead. While Stevie, that takes time, Lalit, you had to exit. You want to conclude your conversation, Lalit?
Yes, Rajesh, sorry. This is the problem with the work from home on a live demo. The network issues and the new normal, I would say.
Yes.
So I think I got disconnected at right at the end of the presentation. So the last point I would like to emphasize is I would like to again thank the complete geniSIGHTS team for bringing up such a beautiful dashboard which helps us in deciding our customer priorities. And also a few words about the event. It is very, very important to have such events because to companies of any size, it is very important that we keep ourselves updated on these newer technologies and also leverage such newer technologies to bring out the best experience to our customers. So thanks, Rajesh, thanks, Lakshmi sir, and the complete team.
Thanks, Lalit. Great to have you. Right, yeah. Steve, yeah, go ahead, share us the presentation. Tell us what you have for all.
Yeah, let me start with the trajectory of how BI has evolved. So back in the 80s, we had mainframes. Then we witnessed the BI reporting evolving. So we had multiple tools like Cognos, Oracle, QuickView. Then in the mid 2000s, we had Tableau, QuickView, and such tools became very popular over time. But these came with static insights. So you make the tool once and don't do it all. So what happens? You get caught in a routine. So we built Flash. geniSIGHTS Flash is all about conversational AI. So here, if you see, the conversational AI market is very huge. A 15 billion US dollar market. And now conversational market is all set to conquer the AI available market. So the Netflix case could be of interest to you to note how they saved $1 billion with the use of their AI algorithm. And we have interesting insights from Gartner, which also says 40% of deployments will be, organizations will be deploying virtual assistants by the end of 2020. So which is a very interesting insight. So the opportunities are huge, the scope is huge. So that's where we are heading currently. So having listened to Parvati's presentation on our Flash offerings, so how can we get benefited out of this? So we saw two variants. We already have Flash Field, which is a proven product from geniSIGHTS. We launched it 2 years back, and we've also served multiple customers. It is an on-prem customizable offerings. And Fast, which is launching now, what Parvati presented, it is essentially a super fast 30-second setup, a do-it-yourself kit, typically. So more about it, you ask for a demo. We would be happy to assist you, connect with you, show you a demo. So going back to Flash, we have already 2 patents filed on Flash. Flash is all about the affordability, the insights at the speed of thought. So you speak to it, you get the insights real quick. And most of all, it's most agile. So our customer Renault spoke about how Flash helped them. That is the field version. And Fast is what we are launching today. So sometimes our customers also ask for an end-to-end platform. So we don't necessarily stop with conversational AI offerings. You need specific solutions. We also offer professional services to implement big data analytics, predictive analytics, IoT. So that would be a complete end-to-end package that we can offer from geniSIGHTS. So having seen the various offerings from us, how could you collaborate with us? So there are 2 ways. One is you're already an IT organization, but you don't have an AI or analytics expertise. So speak to us. We will help you build conversational AI solutions. This would definitely be a new revenue opportunity for you. We will lend our expertise to help you build solutions through tech enablement. We would also do a sales enablement platform and a business enablement through webinars, thought leadership programs, and knowledge bases. So what happens if you're already in the AI space? So we provide Flash as a platform to you. You could take it to your customer and jumpstart your AI, conversational AI opportunities. So as we saw, it's a very huge market, and there's a huge scope to scale up your analytics. So talk to us. There is something that we could collaborate on. We are happy to help. And coming to the interesting part, I wanted to keep this presentation short. So we would also quickly end with a very interesting offer that you can't refuse. So we are offering a special offer to the first 5 onboarding customers for Fast. So write to us at info@genisights.com, contact@flashgenisights.com, or connect with me. I'm more than happy to help. We would also take a quick question and answer through our question and answer session here.
Yeah.
So that is about the opportunities. Over back to you, Rajesh.
Thank you, Srividya. The best part of your conversation is an offer that people can't refuse, right? So it's definitely an offer that you can't refuse. Write to us, right? you almost get things at a throwaway cost, right? For the first 5 customers, we are building Flash, fast value proportion, right to us. So now let me do a quick word of thanks, right? We have to keep up the time. It's 9:30 already, right? So media, folks at media, so do send your notes separately. Sairam is coordinating for a separate session, right? I hope we all can meet there separately and have a discussion, right, along with the team. Word of thanks. I thank all of the attendees who stayed the entire evening, who started their day a bit early. I know the timing is very odd, right? But otherwise, we wouldn't have got this audience. Thank you once again for your patience and support. I thank Mr. Lakshmi Narayanan, sir, who has been a strength, guide in propelling Flash, right? Thank you so much, sir. Your blessing always inspires us. Also thank our customer Lalit, right? So Lalit, for speaking about the product, so kind of you, right? So this is a testimonial from the customer, right? So this definitely is what the strength of Flash. I thank Pat for helping us to position in North America. Yeah. Yeah, whom did I miss? Of course, Parvati Charat. She's our architect behind the fast solution, right? So Parvati started 10 years before, and as an employee, she became the director of the company, right? All the passion and the support is coming out, right? And the entire Flash team, right, who has been instrumental, right, tirelessly working behind for the customers, for the product. Big thanks to each one of you, right? Srividya for helping us to reach global audience, right? So in fact, she has got a lot of work from now on, right? So the next 2 months is going to be extremely important, right, for all of us in positioning writing to customers, right? Last but not the least, right, we definitely have to mention Usha Narayanan, right? So for helping us to become what we are. Usha, thanks to you for helping us in the needed time, right? With this, right, I bring it to formal closure. Yeah, we have exceeded the time limit by 2 minutes, but then we have noted down all your comments. We will come back to you, right, and answer any comments in case if you're not listed. Thank you again for your participation and support. Have a wonderful day ahead.
Thank you very much, Rajesh and Parvati and the rest of the team. All the very best. Thank you.
Thank you all. Have a very nice day.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you all.